that which guides the whole creation, the maker of history and coming generation. O my Almighty, I offer my adoration. I offer my adoration. Hello students of class 10th. Welcome to the wonderful world of English language. Let's start this class by showing two pictures on the screen. You have seen these two pictures. What do you see? What is all about? In one picture, what have you seen? You have seen the picture of a village and the other the picture of a town. मुझे पता है आपने कभी ना कभी पेंटिंग और ड्राइंग में ये पिक्चर्स ज़रूर बनाई होंगी. Let me ask you few questions. Have you ever visited town? Of course, yes. And what are the things you see around you? You can say few words. Think about few words. What do you see in town? There is car. Okay, next. Tube light. Apartment. Shopping mall. Very good. Airport. Things made of plastic. Lots of things. And many luxurious things. Now tell me, have you ever visited village? Many of you belong to a village too. And what are the things you see around you? Just guess few words. You see fields, trees, rain, ponds, कच्चा हाउस और हमारी दादी और नानी का घर भी तो वहीं होता है. गुड गेस बच्चों. Many of you belong to a village. Really, you are fortunate enough if you have seen a village very closely. बच्चों, हमें आज लग्जरियस लाइफ जीने की आदत हो गई है. शहर की मैकेनिकल लाइफ में एक आदमी मशीन बनकर रह गया है. Now, tell me, what is the difference between a town or a village? Okay. Can you tell me few sentences, maybe one or two? A town has lots of pollutions, whereas a village has natural, fresh air and beautiful surroundings. You know, a village life is far better than a town life. Can you tell me who created the village? Definitely. God has created village. He has created universe. He who has created world. But what we have done, the poem is all about God's creation and man's evolution. In today's class, we are going to read a poem, God Made the Country. We will understand the poem, its meaning and concepts together. और ये पोएम आपकी इंग्लिश टेक्स्ट बुक पैनोरामा पार्ट 2 से ली गई है. ये पोएम इस बुक की फर्स्ट पोएम है. याद है? आप इसे ओपन करेंगे, कंटेंट में जाएंगे और वहाँ देखेंगे फर्स्ट पोएम गॉड मेड द कंट्री. इस पोएम को पढ़ते हुए हम सबसे पहले ध्यान रखेंगे टारगेट लैंग्वेज की. जब हम एक क्लास करेंगे हम उस क्लास का एक टारगेट लैंग्वेज देखेंगे और आज की टारगेट लैंग्वेज है एंड, जो कि एक करेक्टर्स है. इसको हम आगे देखेंगे. इन टुडेज क्लास we will listen to the poet William Cowper, what he thinks about a country, or you can say village, because यहाँ पे country का मतलब village से लिया गया है. So we will think about a village and its natural surroundings. So here is a poem. Let's read out first and then understand the poem. I am going to read out the poem in front of you. But before reading this poem, I'll give you some tips of reading a poem. तो अभी हमने देखा टारगेट लैंग्वेज और उसके बाद हम देखेंगे objectives of the lesson. Learners will be able to read, comprehend and respond to the poem God Made the Country. Learners will be able to develop aesthetic sense about the beauty of the nature. Learners will compare villages and towns. Create sentences with connectors by using and or but. Learners will be able to interpret and express various shades of meaning. They will be able to identify the rhyming scheme. God Made the Country. It has been written by William Cowper. Listen to the poet William Cowper what he thinks about a country. और यहाँ country से मतलब village से है और उसकी natural surroundings से है. Here is a poem. Let's read out first and then understand the poem. So, I am going to read out the poem named God Made the Country. Before I start a poem, let me share some tips of reading a poem. बच्चों, ये जो कि फर्स्ट पोएम है इसलिए हमें ये जानना होगा हाउ टू रीड अ पोएम. उसके बाद तो आप जान ही जाएंगे कि पोएम को पढ़ते कैसे हैं. So let's see some tips of reading a poem. Read the poem aloud. While reading a poem, take care of tone, rhythm, pause and punctuation marks. Read with correct pronunciation. Mood of the poem should be reflected. Highlights the difficult words to look up in the dictionary. Read the poem twice or thrice. यानी पोएम को बार बार पढ़ें, 2 बार पढ़ें, 3 बार पढ़ें. So, let's start. The poem is God Made the Country. God made the country and man made the town. What wonder then that health and virtue, gifts that can alone make sweet the bitter drought, that life holds out to all, should most abound, at least be threatened in the fields and groves. Possess ye, therefore ye, who borne about in chariots and sedans, know no fatigue but that of idleness, and taste no sins but such as art contrives. Possess ye still your element, there only can ye shine. Their only minds like yours can do no harm. Our groves were planted to console at noon the pensive wanderer in their shades. At eve, the moonbeam sliding softly in between the sleeping leaves is all the light they wish. Birds warbling all the music. We can spare the splendor of your lamps. They but eclipse our softer satellite. Your songs confound our more harmonious notes. The thrush departs scared, and the offended nightingale is mute.